Hello everybody. Welcome back. Today I wanted to give the Wang-Yue another fair shake. I know it's gonna be a good ship eventually, and the only way I can give it its fair due is by showing off the Wang-Yue next to some other expensive options or, a ship that's not so expensive in comparison, but I can't show them with the nanocores. Because the nanocores for both the Marshal and the Wang-Yue, well, they're just not ready yet. They need to have purple nanocores that are competitive, almost similar to the thermomagnetic storm core for the Raven Navy. If we look at my Raven Navy, and we apply the thermomagnetic storm core 2, I mean, it almost doubles my performance on the Raven Navy. You don't get that for the Marshal or the Wang-Yue. Not yet, at least. Not until they get some actual nanocores for them. So, instead of showing off with a nanocore, I really just wanted to compare the three of these ships and just fly them together and show how they look and what they're doing in my standard situation. Keep in mind, I would personally never move a Wang-Yue out to nullsec for any reason, or even lowsec. The kill mail associated with the Wang-Yue is way more value than just the IP cost. The IP on it is not bad, but it's more the bragging rights of, well, the Wang-Yue is a $500 to $960 investment into the game. The only way you can get a Wang-Yue is by paying for Omega Duo for 5 years, or in reality it'd probably be either grinding however much flex it would be to get 5 years worth of Omega Duo. I'm not even sure what that value is, but I could probably figure that out pretty quick in a moment here. Let's see, what is flex worth right now? Worth 7.3 million. And you need 500 for Omega Duo. Yep. So you need 500 for 1 month of Omega Duo. And then you have to multiply that by 12 months. And then multiply that again by 5. So, in order to get the Wang-Yue by grinding ISK, you need 219 billion, that is with a B, ISK, to pay for the however many months of the 5 years worth of Omega Duo. That can be reduced a little bit by all the flex that you would get from the rewards of that event, let's find it here, the Omega Special Deal, you can see each of these give you a certain amount of flex. And that reduces your amount by, I think it's like half a year or a year if you use every single bit that you get from the 1800 days. So that's still a lot of ISK. Like I said, the monetary value is between $500 and $960. And that is taking into account the current availability of buying the Omega Duo special. You also do get 1,200 flex from that, but you can only do this every so often. I can't remember when it refreshes. I don't know if it's every month that it refreshes or every year that it refreshes. If you do it this way, and you just calculate for this $184 cost, for 5 years, that is $960. That will be reduced if you use the flex that you get from the rewards of the event, plus what you would get from this event. So $500 is probably like the minimum payment cost that you would have with that. Otherwise, you're looking at around 180 to 219 billion ISK just to get your hands on one of these ships. The only nanocore that is available for it right now is the Celebration Core, which cannot be turned into a gold core, and it's also not very good. Your options are very bad in terms of just getting any sort of DPS out of it or tank. Just nothing there. So maybe one day we'll get a nanocore that'll work for the Wang-Yue rather than this extra damage against shield and armor. But I would not recommend getting the Wang-Yue, but it's nice to see it as a comparison next to a ship that you can get your hands on regularly, which is the Raven Navy. That'll run you about, let's see what the current market cost is. Battleships. So, a Raven Navy will run you about 8.2 billion, and you can fit it like mine for, like I have, for very cheap. It's like another billion to fit it like I have. I just have bay loading accelerators and capacitor controls with C-type everything. The only thing expensive here is a gift from an event, and that is a basic Hurricane, which is similar to like a Federation Navy Hobgoblin or whatever. Ogre, whatever you want to put in that slot. So overall, the Raven Navy is going to be the best ship for you to fly for PvE, and it has a nanocore that is actually good and very available. You can get your hands on that nanocore very easily. It might take you a little bit of time, but if you just go and do the nanocore collection, one of those options that you can get is the Battleship Thermomagnetic Storm and Ascension Nanocore. If you just come down a little bit, you will have the Raven Thermomagnetic Storm Core 2 option, and that is what I have chosen, which gives you the option of the thermal missile damage, with the extra thermal damage as a gold core option, and the base torpedo damage, which is why it almost doubles your damage going into this nanocore. It is very easy to get. All you have to do is play the game and do the Concord Pass every month or so. Eventually you'll get enough to just get the keys that you need, and every single time it gets up to 60, you are guaranteed which one is it for me? You are guaranteed a Battleship Thermomagnetic Storm and Ascension Core within 60 times. After attaining, it will reset to 0. And then I think it does change between the two. So you'll have this one, and then with a random chance of getting the Dark Halo. The Marshal is a $160 ship. In order to get your hands on the Marshal at this point in time as of this video, you will have to either go to the market and buy it for, let's find it, ships, battleships, faction battleships, and Marshal. You can buy it for 76 billion ISK. I would say the ship is probably actually worth maybe 30 billion. And even that's a lot to ask for it because it's a battleship and not a carrier or a dread. The other way you get your hands on it is by getting 50 of these Sky Patrol lucky draws, and by opening 50 of them, you are guaranteed the Marshal with a blue nanocore. I have a blue nanocore for it, and I normally will choose the missile torpedo damage. But for the sake of this showcase, I just wanted to go without the core for a fair assessment of the 3 ships. That cost will run you $160 to do that through the Sky Patrol box. You can cut that cost down, I think, a little bit. Event. Sky Patrol event. If you were to choose the 30 levels, that is 1,399 Aurum. So that will give you 10 Sky Patrol boxes, which I don't actually see here. Because there should be... Yes, so it'll give you 10 cosmic treasure boxes, which you can choose the Sky Patrol box. The cheapest way is to just don't upgrade, get the basic pass, grind through the event, and that will give you 10 boxes for 399 Aurum. If you do it that way, and you have the option of the 3,000 some odd Aurum gift, as you can see, I have chosen to go with these two. You'll be saving somewhere around, you'll be pretty much spending $120 instead. But I think you may still have to purchase more Aurum to get the rest of your 50 boxes, which may put you upwards of $130, $140. So there's not much money to be saved there, but it is there. I personally really like the Marshal, and I hope we get a thermomagnetic core for it, which may happen in the next Concord event, or we may see a what do they call it? Interstellar Bazaar that may have a good DPS core for the Marshal. Once the Marshal gets its hands on a core similar to the Raven Navy, even if it's not as good as the Raven Navies, we could see the Marshal outputting somewhere in the 5.5 to 6,000 DPS range. When you combine that with the option of a rapid firing tactical module eventually, hopefully, or the siege module, you're going to be seeing these things outputting 10,000 damage pretty easily in just a fit like I have here. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and do some missions, just fly these ships together, showcase what each one just kind of does, and enjoy the day.
Autopilot engaged.
Hey, Azim, how you doing, man?
Undocking.
I just got through comparing all three of these ships and just showcasing them a little bit and explaining how much each one of them costs.
Warp drive active.
Ah, that's good. I got off work 2.5 hours ago.
Destination reached.
God, the Raven Navy is so slow at warping. I've been spoiled by the Wang-Yue and the And the Marshal. Oh. Hmm. Man, I wish I was willing to do that. Alrighty. Is almost all of my missions. Okay. Yeah, so comparing my labs from the other day to when I was running the Dominixes just normally with labs mixed in, the Dominixes make more bounty rather than doing normal missions than they would running labs only. I can do the 5 million lab in a Wang-Yue. It's fine. All I had to do was put on an extra red, and it's got about the same tank as the other two. Actually, I should. Which one had that nearby 5 million? I think that'll be a good way to start the day. Erlin. Okay.
Fleet jump.
Yeah, I mean, the Wang-Yue is a good ship. It just needs a better nanocore. Just like
Warp
the
drive
Marshal.
active.
Once the Marshal actually gets a gold nanocore, that thing's gonna be insane. Especially if it's a nanocore similar to the Raven. Look how slow the Raven is compared to these two ships. Mm-hmm. Actually, I need to make sure I turn on auto orbit. I think I've got auto orbit on everything. Alright, there we go.
Fleet warp.
So here's the tank we're
Warp drive
working with.
active.
And of course I'll turn on my defense module once I actually get there. But you can see the Wang-Yue's really not that bad with 2 reds.
We're being warp scrambled. We're being warp scrambled.
Once I have all 3 of these ships here now,
We're being
I can
warp
show off
scrambled.
the defense numbers of what these things are sitting at. Yeah, the Raven is so slow compared to everything else. It's actually insane. You can see here I'm kind of showcasing these without their nanocore. Just to give the Wang-Yue a better look and the Marshal a better look. Because it's really not fair that a $500 ship just doesn't even get to compete in most people's fleets.
Enemy ships detected.
So you'll notice I personally don't run webs on the Wang-Yue and the Raven because usually they are going to be outside of web range in most of my missions.
We're under attack.
In this case, in a lab, they're usually going to be right on top of you, so a web would be useful here. Let me show off all the DPS with everything active. So, DPS is really similar between these 3 ships when you don't have a nanocore. It's actually pretty impressive when you look at it. It almost makes the Wang-Yue look good. It has... I think it actually has the highest tank.
We're
It
under
does.
attack.
The Wang-Yue is really hard to keep cap stable. Its capacitor is just not big enough. Ooh. Some rough frame rate here.
Under attack. We're under attack. We're under attack.
Yeah, I mean,
We're under
when you're
attack.
looking at the Wang-Yue having a 4.3 second activation time, the Marshal's got 4.29, and the Raven's actually the slowest, but it hits the hardest at 4.72 activation time. if the Wang-Yue had 150%, we could see it actually, like, doing some decent application damage. But you just can't compare that to the Raven doing 10,000 damage hits. Hell, even the Marshal, I think, is outputting almost 7,000 on some hits. And there's a 9,000 from the Wang-Yue.
Enemy ships detected. We're
Look how
under
fast
attack.
the lock time is on the Marshal. Everything's locked.
We're being
Pretty much
hit
about
scrambled.
the same time as the Wang-Yue. And the Raven almost shares that same
We're
lock
being
speed,
hit scrambled.
but I need to get a few more skills. Wang-Yue just taken like a beast. With a whole lot of health. I do wonder how many people actually have a Wang-Yue. Especially since you'd have to pay. You would have to purchase 5 years worth of Omega Duo, whether it be through Flex or actual money. I can't say I've seen more than a few, maybe a handful.
We're under attack.
Poor Wang-Yue's just taking a beating right now. What they could have done with the Wang-Yue is give it a command burst or shield field module ability. Or an armor, whatever the armor equivalent of that is. And that would have made it really stand out among battleships. The only thing it really has going for it is the amount of HP the shield has.
Enemy
Last
ships
wave.
detected.
Good, they're all pretty far away. So this only has a 40-kilometer range. This has a 40-kilometer range. Why? And this has a 46-kilometer range. I thought this thing had better flight velocity. Yeah, large missile torpedo flight velocity. Oh, it's because I'm being, guidance disrupted by 4 things. That's right.
We're under attack.
That makes sense now.
We're under attack. We're under attack. We're under attack. We're under
Okay,
attack.
now that we're not being guidance disrupted anymore, 46-kilometer range, which is the same as the Raven Navy. I think I like the Marshal more than the Raven, and certainly more than the Wang-Yue. The flexibility of having the option of which tactical module you want is so much nicer than what the Raven can provide. I feel like the capacitor is also better on the Marshal. It also has that web range, so that's going for it. I really do think that the Marshal is probably close to, if not one of the best, or the best, battleship you can fly in the game right now. The Dominix sits way up there as well, if not being the best. Alright. That is the 5 million lab.
Autopilot engaged.
Not bad, but the Marshal did well, as it should.
Warp drive active.
The Wang-Yue is, well, it's the Wang-Yue, it tries. Can't say it does well, but it tries. all of its stats suggest that it should be a good battleship, but it's just missing something to make it a good battleship. I wonder what the max warp
Warp
speed
drive
is.
active.
I forget to look
Warp
every
drive
time.
active.
Because the Marshal has a 7.5 AU. No, a 7 AU warp speed, just like the Wang-Yue. And the poor Raven Navy only has a 4 AU warp speed in high sec. Look how they massacred my boy. He's so slow.
Warp drive active.
God, I really, really hope they allow the Marshal to have, like, a thermomagnetic storm core. You can do it, little Raven Navy.
Destination reached.
I bet you I could probably complete a mission before the Raven even gets there. Wow. Hey, he made it to the gate. All right.
Fleet warp.
Warp drive active.
We're under attack.
Because of the Marshal, it really makes me question why I would even want to fly a Raven Navy right now. And the only reason I would fly a Raven Navy is for the nanocore to give it 5,000 DPS, or 6,000 DPS, something in that range.
Enemy ships detected.
Wonder if I can get a good picture of the 3 of these ships. There we go, that'll be a good one.
Enemy ships detected. We're under attack. We're
The other
under
thing the
attack.
Wang-Yue might make it better is giving it an extra high slot. Oh. Is that? Okay. There we are. I think it's crashing. Yep. I hate hitting that button all the time. There we go. And he's back. Alright.
Fleet warp.
Let's see how they do.
Warp drive active.
We're under attack. We're under attack. Enemy ships detected. We're under attack. Enemy ships detected. Fleet warp.
Warp drive active.
I would definitely say that if you can afford the Raven Navy, just fly the Raven Navy issue. It's
under
got all
attack.
the nanocores, it's got all the basic features of a great battleship. It'll do almost anything you want it to.
We're under attack.
But with that being said, if you can afford a Marshal, you might as well get it. It's only going to get better from here. If there's any battleship that could possibly overtake like a Dominix Navy issue, it would be the Marshal. Hands down. The only thing after the Marshal would
Enemy
be
ships detected.
the Marauders. And we don't even know if we're gonna get the Marauders. It seems like we could. With the Marshal having all of the tactical modules available to it, we very well may see the Marauders around the corner. And the constant changing of activatable modes into module-based modes, it's very likely we're going to see the Marauders very soon, given the way that the game has been going. I don't know what kind of content you would put a Marauder in right now. You could do the normal AI stuff and just go like full DPS and not have a care in the world. You wouldn't even have to run any tank other than the shield booster for any of our current content. You might need a hardener, one red hardener for doing labs in high sec. Low sec labs and story missions might give the Marauders a little bit of a problem. And the only thing that would give it any more problem would be like Nihilist space. If we get Marauders.
Fleet warp.
Warp drive active.
We're under attack. We're under attack. We're under attack. ships detected. We're under attack.
Definitely say that the Raven Navy is doing more damage just less often. The Marshal is very often firing off, but just not doing as much damage as the Raven. And I can't really tell with the Wang-Yue. Between the drones and the missiles, it's hard to see what the Wang-Yue is actually doing. The drones don't really make a difference for it. I mean, they are only 600 DPS.
Fleet warp.
Warp drive active.
Okay, so the Wang-Yue is slightly faster at getting to warp than the Marshal. I think it has better inertia modifiers.
We're under attack. We're under attack. We're under attack. Enemy ships detected. We're under attack. We're under attack. We're under attack. Enemy ships detected.
Three Marshals. Oh, welcome home. Welcome home. I'd rather you be safe on your travels than listening to an idiot like me on the internet. Is this not like the definition of like absolute god tier whale?
Fleet warp.
We're literally looking at a minimum,
Warp drive active.
like a minimum of like $700 or more between these two ships.
We're under attack.
It really does blow my mind just how expensive things can be in EVE and EVE
We're under
Echoes.
attack. Enemy ships detected.
Yeah, that's true. That is definitely true. And I know a few people in my corp that are like that, where they have every single interstellar bizarre core and like as many ships as they can have.
Enemy ships detected.
I even know a few of my corp members that have multiple supers that they fly. And those supers all have cores on them.
Fleet warp.
Yeah, either serious IRL income or
Warp drive active.
seriously a lot of time on their hands. but they're also the people that keep the game alive, so I appreciate them nonetheless.
Enemy ships detected.
Yep. Yeah, I'm sure Netties appreciates them because they've been throwing a lot of top tier content out. They really don't provide anything
Enemy
to new
ships
players.
detected.
It would be nice if, for like Eveco's anniversary next year or something, that they would provide some like special battleship that requires, I don't know, like no skills at all. Kind of like how the Wang-Yue is, where it just has the roll bonus. I would like something like this, but as a gift to all players that all players can fly, whether you're Tech 1 or Tech 10. It would be really nice if that was like an event. Maybe have some kind of like, if you've signed up for the game for X amount of years, we'll provide you some
Fleet warp.
ship to show off how many years you've been playing and not just paying.
Warp drive active.
World of Tanks does something like that, where every year they give out a tank for their anniversary based on how many years you've been signed in on an account or had an account with them. And each year is a different tank. And they're not necessarily good. Some are. But it's something as a thank you for being part of our game for this many years.
Enemy ships detected.
Yeah, I mean, I think we have a couple of medals that kind of show that off, but I think they give it to everybody. See, like, you've got the 826 medal from, like, the very beginning of the game, where the game was down for 18 hours or longer, and we all thought the game was shut down for a bit. You've got the anniversary medals that every year I think they give a similar one. But it would be nice if they could provide, like, a cool looking frigate next year, or a cool looking destroyer for the year after that, a cruiser for the year after that, a battle cruiser for the year after that, a battleship. And have it be that you can only obtain those gifts in order of how many years you have been in the game. Don't give out a carrier, don't give out a dread or anything like that unless they're like really, really bad ships. Like borderline unplayable. Yeah, like, could you imagine if we got like a prototype Triglavian ship or something, and have the lore be that we found it crashed on a planet? And we were trying to, like, all the Capsuleers were trying to rebuild it or something based on our technologies. I mean, that would be cool. It would be really
Warp
cool.
drive active.
I mean, even if it was like a skin for a ship, maybe. Make it be like the most popular ship of each nation, and have a special skin for each of them.
We're under attack.
So if you're like an Amar pilot,
We're
the
under
most popular
attack.
battleship is either the Abaddon or the APOC. And so have
We're
like
under
a
attack.
specialty 1-year pilot skin for that.
Enemy ships detected.
I mean, even if we got like I don't know. There's so much that is available that could be done. But I don't know. Oh, the ticks are kinda rough. So you'll see this was the 5 millionth mission that we did, the lab. And we only just barely completed that before that came through. And then this is the missions that we've been doing so far. Remember, that's without nanocores.
Enemy ships detected.
So we're looking at, I don't know, 21, 25 million per tick between the three of them. It's definitely higher when I'm running my
We're under attack.
marshals.
We're under attack.
Of course, that can be doubled with the commendations. So 50 million a tick. At best. Maybe.
Fleet warp.
But this is probably similar to how most people
Warp drive active.
would run each of these ships if they couldn't get their hands on that nanocore and what they would expect from it. Another lab.
Enemy ships detected.
And another lab. Holy mackerel. And another lab. I don't know if these ships can handle 3 5 million disc missions in a row. And another lab! My goodness. Yep, so there's 2 labs in
Enemy
system
ships detected.
and 2 labs nearby. So this one is in the air. This one's in foreign. That's in foreign, and that's in Mbeki. Okay. Well, we'll definitely end up doing them. Since we know we can. I think that's the luckiest string of 5 million ISK labs in a row I have ever seen. Did I not grab that? Ruin lab, marketing strategy.
Fleet warp.
I'm gonna do all the small missions first, I think.
Warp drive active.
So, if I'm gonna go to one of these other systems, I might as well do an extra mission while I'm there.
We're under attack. We're under attack. We're under attack.
I think this is the first time I've actually seen, 2 labs on a reset like that.
Enemy ships detected.
Where I had one before, I haven't done it, I haven't started it, and then another one popped up while it was sitting there. Yep. They are. Yep, so both of these are Galente. Actually, all 4 of mine are for Galente. So, that's in Farent, that's in Farent. So, 2 5 million labs right next to each other. And then there's
Enemy
2,
ships
another
detected.
one in Ambeki, which is 1 jump away. Yeah, like I said, I've done this for many hours, and that's the first time I've seen it like that. I don't think that can happen in Clairlem or Highsec Island. I wonder if anyone's had that happen in a Highsec Island before.
Fleet warp.
Warp drive active.
What I should do is I should go back to Gina, grab my Dominix navies, and just blast through all of these within, like, a tick.
We're under attack. We're under attack.
That may be what I do. I don't know. Would you rather see the Dominix navies just absolutely tear 2 5 million-ish missions apart in one tick? Or would you rather see these things take them on?
Enemy ships detected. We're under attack. We're under attack. We're under attack.
I think this was a pretty good showcase of what to expect from these things. Yeah, you know it. We did do a lab with these, like, right off the bat, so it's not gonna be any different.
Enemy ships detected.
I don't know how to feel about the Marshal versus the Raven Navy. The Marshal has the potential to be so much better, and it already has the flexibility to be better than the Raven Navy in almost every situation. But the Raven Navy is currently just a powerhouse. It's so much more accessible in terms of cost. You can get a nanocore for it very easily. Just spend some time doing Concord Pass.
Fleet warp.
Warp drive active.
We're under attack. We're under attack.
I seriously need a good purple nanocore for the Marshal. It's gonna be so funny watching it dominate, like, all the ships that have been before it. Yeah, that's definitely true. The R&I is pretty much shoehorned into only large missiles.
Enemy ships detected.
And that'll be the nice thing
We're
about
under attack.
the Golem when that comes out, if that comes out,
We're under
is I
attack.
think the Golem has the choice of either railguns or missiles. And it also has drones. I don't know if it'll get drones in this game, because the Marshal in EVE Online has, the ability to use two drones. But in this game, the Marshal did not get
Enemy
any
ships
drones.
detected.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the Golem had an option of
We're being
railguns
scrambled.
at some point. Let me see if
We're
I can pull
under
that up,
attack.
or if it's just missiles currently. No. It is just cruise missiles, heavy missiles, and torpedoes.
Fleet warp.
Warp drive active.
Come on, just give me the... Which is kind of iffy, yeah. Yeah, I really want to love the Scorpion and the Scorpion 2 because they're my favorite full style. But the only the only two that are actually good in that style are the Rattlesnake and the Cobra, and I hate mixed weapon systems like that. I think the reason I was thinking of railguns on the Golem is because there was I believe it was an April Fool's video at the time, which I didn't know about, which showed off the Golem using railguns in Bastion mode.
Enemy ships detected.
I will say, though, that the Scorpion and the Scorpion 2 are great ships as an entry to a battleship, because it gives you the flexibility of what weapon system you might want to go into, other than drones. And it gives new battleship players a feeling for like, well, what if I want to go large cannons, or small cannons, or any weapon system in the game. And they can actually play around with it by using the Scorpion. It brings a lot of flexibility to fleets as well.
We're under attack.
So if there's any battleship I would recommend a new player that doesn't know what they want to do or what direction they want to go get yourself a Scorpion and mix it up once in a while. One day you want to use missiles, throw missiles on it. One day you want to use cannons, throw cannons on it. Just get used to all the weapon systems and learn how they work and how it affects the ship as a whole. Because large weapons are way different from small and medium. They do not even act the same.
Fleet warp.
Well, there was an 8.4 bounty tick.
Warp drive active.
So yeah, that would be the 26.5 million bounty tick that these things are doing between all three.
We're under attack. We're under attack.
I already know that when the golem is released, I will be selling off all of my ravens, or I'll be making one golem out of 2 Raven Navies. Yeah, the Raven warp speed is so bad.
Enemy ships detected.
I mean, I guess there's a trade-off for being literally the best in class slot at the moment. I tell you, it is so nice that the Marshal and the Wang-Yue have 7 AU warp speeds and get there very quickly. Meanwhile, the Ravens just like, I'll get there when I get there, but once I'm there, y'all are dead.
Enemy ships detected. We're under attack.
Then I bring my Drake.
Under attack.
Poor Drake. It doesn't deserve that. You know, something I hope we see in the near future is those new faction battle cruisers and destroyers that EVE Online got like 6 months ago. Or is it a year ago now? Ugh.
Fleet warp.
Warp drive active.
I'm surprised we have not seen them. I really thought that was what the new destroyers were gonna be, is those new faction destroyers
We're
that EVE
under
Online
attack.
has. Ooh. That
We're
bounty
under
tick hurt.
attack.
Oh, that was an 8 million, okay. That's not too bad. Does anyone even have, like, videos on the new destroyers we even got? Does anyone care about those new destroyers? I know a couple of creators have said, they want to do videos on them eventually. But, like, I don't think there's any videos on them. Yeah.
Enemy ships detected.
Yeah, it's a collection at that point, just trying to get every
We're
Baristas
under
Pirates
attack.
ship.
We're under attack.
Honestly, I really like the look of the Tisrael. It's so cool.
We're under attack.
It would kinda be cool to do like a rattlesnake, alligator, and Gila fleet.
Fleet warp.
Okay. Just one more normal mission left. We'll go back to Gina, get
Warp
the
drive
Dominix
active.
navies, and we'll do some labs. And now we've got the better drones
We're
on the
under
Dominix
attack.
navies. Now we've got the sniper guards.
Enemy ships detected.
Gosh, the Wang-Yue looks so cool. Yes, absolutely. Just become the Baristas Pirates. Make a new corp. We only fly Baristas ships. If you fly anything else, you're thrown out of the corp.
Enemy ships detected.
I am very glad that there is not a super carrier variant of a barista ship, I don't think. Is there? Or is it just an AI ship right now? There are. Okay, so, let's go through this list. They have the Taipan, which is a corvette. There's the Worm, the Whiptail, which are frigates, and an interceptor. We have the Mamba as the destroyer, the Gila as the cruiser, the Chameleon as the recon cruiser, the Alligator as the battle cruiser, the Rattlesnake as the battleship, the Cayman as a dreadnought, the Loggerhead as a force auxiliary, the Komodo as a Titan, and then there's the Garista shuttle. So there isn't a super carrier variant, but I'm sure that's not far off.
Autopilot engaged.
I didn't even know about the Loggerhead. I didn't think that thing existed.
Warp drive active.
Alright, Eve Online, you gotta step up your game. I need a super carrier that is for the Garista's pirates. You've done everything else.
Warp drive active.
You can do it, Raven Navy. No, oh, what was that thing called?
Warp drive active.
Yeah, we need those in game. It is the...
Warp drive active.
Oh, I see here the Berserker, Raider, Wasp, and Ogre, and then there's another one called... What's it called?
Destinate docking request accepted.
Hmm. I can't seem to find... sentry drones. Eh, Gecko, yeah, that's the one. Dominix. Dominix. Yeah, I wonder how that thing would do in this game. Because that thing's insane. You want to talk about like a 20 billion-isk drone. That's what it'll be if it comes to this game. Nice.
Autopilot engaged. Undocking.
No, well, those very expensive drones in EVE Online, but they're all, augmented with, the Triglavian effects. Mutated. And those things are incredibly
Warp drive
expensive
active.
there. But if the Gecko was just to come to EVE Echoes, it would cost like 20 billion. Easily. I mean, if you want the equivalent, the closest equivalent we have in game, it's the augmented Firetails, I think. Hey, where'd they go? Where are they now? Yeah. Prices in EVE Echoes are insane.
Warp drive
Where'd the
active.
Firetails go? I don't know. Yeah, that's maybe the closest one we've got right now that I can find, and it's 12 billion for the one on the market. So, if the Gecko comes into the game and it's as powerful as it is in EVE Online, you're getting 25 billion for that, for one drone. Ah, okay. Makes sense why I didn't find it.
Warp drive active.
Hey, reset happened? What do you think? You think we got lucky and got another lab?
Destination reached.
In Mbeki? We already have to go to Mbeki, so we'll go there again. Aw. Aw. There's no more. Alright.
Fleet warp.
I wish there was just a toggle
Warp drive active.
instead of having to go into the settings. I'm gonna do all that in one go. And it's gonna be quick. I can't wait to see how quick this is gonna be.
We're under attack.
Yep.
We're under attack.
Alright, that's on DPS right now. With the sniper guards. Oh, jeez. It would help if I would pay attention and actually, like... do what I'm supposed to do to clear this quickly.
Enemy ships detected.
Yeah, that's without activating anything, man. Watch what happens when I activate everything.
Enemy ships detected.
It's so good at killing things that it's hard to keep up with the lock time. These 3 ships are the reason why I sold my cyans. Because of these 3, together, they are outputting the same DPS as what my cyan was.
Enemy ships detected.
I think I had my cyan at 27,000 DPS. Normal. And the only reason I would have a cyan at this point is just for... yeah, no, thank God. I was like, man, that's insane that they're sitting at like 12 billion at that time. I hope he went and bought one for that price, because I can't guarantee it's gonna stay there. The missiles are useless on these. Things are dead before the missiles even arrive. They only get like halfway there and the missiles are gone.
Enemy ships detected.
Don't ask me why I'm trying to web something 73 kilometers away. It's just a natural habit of turning on all the modules. shoot. Gotta keep up with the lock. Yeah, I mean, if something goes seriously wrong, at least the missiles will hit a small ship as I try to drift away from my drone so they can track it. But, like, otherwise they're just there as a festive display. Wow. Look at all the explosions. Look how pretty. Hey,
Fleet war.
next 5 million lab. And then we'll go to, I think it's
Warp drive
Mbeki,
active.
and then here. So we completed that mission in 9 minutes. Or less. A little bit less, 8.5 minutes.
We're under attack. We're under attack.
Oh yeah,
We're
that would be
under
so
attack.
cool if I had 5 million labs in the same system.
We're under attack.
They explained to me how I got a wrecking shot for 10,000 and then a normal damage for 16. What, did one of my 5 drones hit the wrecking shot?
Enemy ships detected. We're under attack. We're under attack. Enemy ships detected. We're under attack.
Yeah.
We're under attack.
I mean, they just slap everything around.
We're under attack.
And it's really not that much investment here. The biggest investment for modules is the sniper guards, and they're $1 billion apiece. The thermomagnetic storm core is easy to get from Concord, and you have to put some investment into that. But it's really not that much investment, because you can do this without having to upgrade the normal nanocore. You just go from the normal nanocore to the gold nanocore, and you have your damage plus your thermal damage, or kinetic damage, if that's what you choose.
Enemy ships
Reminds me
detected.
that I should look into a stream where I
We're
compare
under attack.
the guards versus the wardens.
We're under attack. We're
But it
under
really
attack.
would not be a very fair comparison, considering the enemies that I normally go against are weak to thermal and not so weak to kinetic. Then I guess I could do like kinetic versus thermal versus like the close range bit on the Dominix. Yeah, an extra 5%. Is it 5% or 2.5% for the activation time? Okay, let's go to the air.
Fleet jump.
I'm gonna have to hit that again.
Fleet jump.
Warp drive active.
Fleet warp.
Alright, let's go tear apart another lab.
Warp drive active.
We're under attack. We're under attack.
And then we'll head to Mbeki and do 2 more missions there. Still got 12 more minutes on a reset.
Enemy ships detected.
$89 optimal and 69 fall off.
Enemy ships detected.
Alright. When you go to sleep and have a good one, I'll be here doing a few more labs. Thank you for joining me.
Enemy ships detected. Enemy ships detected.
I really do hope the Marshal gets a good nanocore to go with it. It would be so nice. I would absolutely sell all 3 of my Raven Navies to get a thermal magnetic core on all of the Marshals. Almost the end of this mission. we go.
Fleet jump. Fleet jump.
Warp drive active.
Okay, time to go to Mbeki and do 2 more labs. When I'm in foreign, I will do a reset and see if I happen to get a 3rd one in Mbeki. Oh, I'm still 6 minutes away on my reset. Oh man.
Fleet jump.
Warp drive active.
So I wanted to take this time to thank everybody for being here. And if you like what you see, I do have a YouTube channel. It is under the same name that you see here, Orion Ikoa. I upload most of my streams to that channel. And if you give me a follow, it means the world to me. It gives me an opportunity to talk with you guys when I'm not streaming, and it really does mean the world to me.
Fleet warp.
Alright. That was a 17 million bounty
Warp
hit.
drive active.
I'm gonna apply to that one. Pretty much anything over 10 million is what I will duplicate. Now if you're a Tech 7 player,
We're under attack.
an Alpha player, you'll have to work out what your highest bounty tick normally would be, and then you should duplicate anything that is a million less than that, or 500,000 less than that.
Enemy ships detected. ships detected.
The better tracking speed of the sniper guards is so nice to hit the smaller ships easier. But I do need to go back and reassess the wardens in my current setup. Because I feel like they could be really good.
Enemy ships detected.
Heh, got a 5 million lab here. So we'll do 2 more labs. I'm just gonna abandon that mission.
Enemy ships detected.
Last wave. So I had 3 labs in Mbeki. Two labs in Forint. That's really good. That's like the perfect spread of missions. It's not far away. You can warp between the in-system ones very quickly, get set up and clear them out in one bounty tick. That's insane. I didn't think it was possible to have this kind of luck. Okay, get ready to turn off the siege modules. Off, off, off.
Fleet warp.
Warping to the next lab. So we're gonna have 3 labs in this system. Can we kill all 3
Warp drive
within
active.
a bounty tick? Maybe if I use my modules, I can probably clear it out fast enough. But I don't want to do that right now.
We're under attack. We're under attack. Enemy ships detected. We're under attack.
Clear 'em out.
We're under attack. We're under attack.
That was a weird bounty tick. I think that was from the previous system we went to.
Enemy ships detected. We're under attack. We're under attack.
Goodness.
Enemy ships detected. We're under attack. We're under attack.
Just clearing them out like it was no tomorrow.
Enemy ships detected. We're under attack. We're under attack. We're under attack. Fleet warp. Fleet warp.
Okay, here we go. Last one. And it is a
Warp
5
drive
million.
active.
We're only a few seconds away from getting our bounty tick. But at least it was nice.
We're under attack. We're under attack. We're under attack.
Okay.
Enemy ships detected.
That'd be really cool if I could complete all 3 of these labs within the bounty tick.
Enemy ships detected.
Because that alone would be a cool video. Okay,
Enemy
wave
ships
4.
detected.
I am really tempted to activate my modules. Let's just do it. There's the bounty tick. Alright, 25 million there per character. I think it is actually possible for me to complete 3 labs in 1 bounty tick if I actually use my modules every time they come off cooldown. So that bounty tick was 150 million after duplication. It was 75 million before duplication. If that could be kept up, you are looking at almost 500 million an hour. No. Yeah? No. You're looking at somewhere in the 600 or 700 million an hour range. Alright. Well, that'll be it for me today, everybody. Thank you for joining me, and please do go and follow me over on my YouTube. I upload all of my streams there, or almost all. And it gives me a chance to interact with you when I'm not streaming. It would mean a lot to me if you would hit that follow button. Thank you all, and have a good one.
Autopilot engaged. Warp drive active.